Hi, this is Jess Washington with the Dallas Weekly, and we're here with another segment of Tell Me Something Good. And today I am here with Earon Nealey and Ryan Dunn. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
So let's just get right into it. Tell us about your idea to create those packages that we saw that kind of went viral on social media, and tell us why you chose to do this and get involved with the protest.
I saw someone online said something about they were making little bags, and the bags had the names of different attorneys that people could call, and they were putting little things in them. And my best friend Ryan, she can't physically protest because of her foot, but she wanted to do something, and we wanted to do something. So we were trying to think, how else can we help other than just physically marching? And we thought, there are things that we can do. So we sat down one day, we were brainstorming, and we were like, well, people are getting tear gassed and hurt. So we thought about the water. Also, it's hot outside. We thought about the first aid kits, depending on how long you're out there, snacks and different things like that. So it was kind of like her really wanting us to do something, and then us just trying to figure out, other than just physically marching, how else can we help?
Absolutely. And yeah, Ryan, did you, not being physically able, you guys had to come up with some capital in order to do this. So tell us about, your idea and how that was successful.
Well, the capital idea was all hers. We were just going to pay for it ourselves. It was something that we really wanted to do, so we were going to pay for it ourselves. And then she brainstormed and pretty much was like, well, I'll post it on social media and see if anyone else wants to get involved. And next thing you know, turns out a lot of people really want to get involved. And they either just don't have the time to be down there themselves or don't know what to do. So it was really great to have that backing from strangers.
Absolutely. And Earon, can you talk a little bit about the reception you received and how you felt about that?
I was so funny. When it first started happening, it was just going so fast. And in the moment, I didn't realize it because I had stopped to do a online soca class. And then I went back to my phone and I started seeing like people reposting it and people donating it. And it was actually very overwhelming. I just started to cry because you don't realize how many other people out there, your friends, your family, strangers you don't even know, who support you and then will support your efforts and truly just want to help however they can. So that initial moment, you're just like overwhelmed. And then you're like, all right, well, whew, now people are donating. So we got to figure out, well, what else can we do? And how else can we help besides just putting the packs together for the protesters? So we've been brainstorming other ideas. And we said if the donations keep coming, maybe we can start actually helping Black families in need, because Black Lives Matter every day. People are out here every day losing jobs. And so we're trying our best to just put those efforts forward. But it was just a beautiful reception from all the people just really wanting to help.
Absolutely. Obviously, I saw it on social media myself and I immediately donated because like you said earlier, I'm one of those people that because of my particular situation, I can't go out there, but I felt like it's my mission to have to do something because one day my kids are going to ask me, what you do on this side of history. So
Right.
That's absolutely amazing
Yes.
what you guys are doing. Just real quick, as far as the distribution of these packages, did either of you have any hesitation because we still have a COVID pandemic going on? What was your thought process as far as executing that?
We definitely thought about masks, social distancing. We did as much as we could with the COVID. We did not stay very long. We got rid of what we could, but as it started to get a little more crowded, we did eventually go ahead and leave because initially people were standing apart, but then after a while, people were getting extremely close. So we were like, all right, let's go ahead and head out.
Gotcha. Understand.
And we were able to hand quite a few out prior to the protest even starting. So we got there early, we set up shop, and we were able to hand out quite a bit. And whatever it is that we didn't hand out, they had tents available where they were going to continue handing out the items. So we donated the items to those tents.
Oh, that's amazing. Just keep it going.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, so I'm sure that we have seen on a good portion of mass media that these protests are not being depicted well. But specifically in Dallas, can you guys talk about the vibe that you've seen out there and, you know, what's the overall feeling?
Well, for me,
Oh,
it was
go ahead.
great. It was all different races out there, not just Black, not just people of color, all different races, nationalities. I believe I heard people speaking French and German out there too. So
Wow.
it's not just Americans out there, and that's amazing because I've been watching social media and the news and seeing that people are protesting all around the world at American consulates, and so they have our backs, not just here. It's gorgeous to watch. The only thing is, like, you know, it's more than just police. Like, it's actually in our businesses, it's at major corporations, you know, like one of the main reasons why I wanted was so heated about it is because of personal experience that I went through, you know, and I was just like, this is something that happens every single day. And it's unfortunate that it has to be so extreme to be with police brutality in order for it to actually get acknowledged. But we live it every day, even if we're not killed by it.
Right. Absolutely. I wanted to just close with, you know, thanking you both for taking the time again to talk to us. And also wanted to ask if you can let people know how they can get in contact with you as far as donations. And if you guys just have just anything, any advice for people who want to get out there but can't, or feel like they can't do anything to help, if you individually can both speak on that.
If you want to get in touch with us to help, my Instagram is Earon Diana. That's EaronDiana. I've been posting about it there, and it'll have my Cashapp, my Venmo. Unfortunately, I don't know them at the top of my head, but that's how you can get in touch with us, and that is how you'll be able to find out what we're doing. Also, I'm sorry, what was the second question? Oh, for those of you who are at home and you want to help, I think the first thing to do is it starts with a conversation, especially people that are not Black and basically white people. If you feel a way and you really want to make a difference, then you need to start addressing those people around you that are racist. Like, don't sit back quietly and say, I disagree, but you don't speak up. So the first thing to do is speak up. If you can't physically be there with us, speak up. Donate the money that you can to those organizations that are helping, especially like the bailout fund or lawyers out here that are like trying to get these people off who've been convicted of petty crimes, but yet they've got maximum sentences in comparison to someone else who absolutely does not. Put forth those efforts in your job when you see that racism happening, or if you know that person's not hiring people of color, not because they're not qualified, but because they simply just don't want a person of color. Like, that's how you can help on an everyday basis, and that is what you can do if you can't physically protest. Because a protest, yes, we need it, and we want as many people out there, but there are things you can do every day when a protest is not happening.
Absolutely. And Ryan, your take on that, what can people at home that are watching that can't physically go out there, but maybe, as Earon pointed out, maybe not even be able to donate, but what is something they can do to make a step towards progress?
The biggest thing is be willing to be open, to have a candid conversation. This white fragility, drop your defenses. We understand it's uncomfortable to speak about it. It's not the greatest thing for us to have to speak about, but a candid conversation, openness, start the dialogue. It's time.
That it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll add to the back end on that is to stop voting people in that you know will hurt people that don't have the
And
privilege.
just start voting in general.
Yeah. Well, again, ladies, thank you again so much for your time. Thank you for being on the front lines. And thank you for talking with the Dallas Weekly. You guys made our day a little better. So you guys have a beautiful day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.